Welcome back, everyone, to another episode of Spooky Japan Podcast. Hoping everyone is doing well. Today, we have a very special guest with us. Today, it is the Other Side Paranormal in the UK. How are you boys doing today?
Good, but tired. We've been investigating last night. We didn't get home till 12:30 this morning, did we? So bit tired, but we're good.
Yeah, I saw that. Did you guys have another? You guys have another one tonight? Is that correct?
Well, we're actually setting off in a couple of hours. We're doing an afternoon investigation and then a nighttime investigation. So it's a busy weekend for us, yeah.
Yeah, I'll be driving, so we'll be going out. As soon as this podcast is finished, we've got all the stuff ready. We're just going to drive. It's 2 hours away where we're going.
I bet you guys are excited for that one, though.
Yeah, we go investigating every single weekend. So it's, we know that it's going to be a long weekend, but we enjoy it every time, don't we?
Yeah, at the minute we're just travelling around Britain. We're going to a lot of places in Britain at the moment, aren't we?
Yeah.
And then obviously next year we'll be going to Europe and stuff. To a few different countries.
So where has been your favorite place so far to investigate?
Oh, what would we say this year? What would we say?
Favourite place?
What's your favourite place?
Well, I enjoyed that last investigation. It was scary there, wasn't it? I don't know if you saw it, but we went to an old water pumping station. Basically first heated swimming pool.
Yeah.
And it was like a Victorian place. There's like a cave at the top of the hill what we went to, and it had like metal bars on the front of it. We did a long vigil in there. And obviously, I got blindfolded and handcuffed, and there was something in there when we went there. Yeah. It was terrifying, this place, but yeah, that was one that really stands out to me.
For me, my favourite place I've ever investigated is the ancient ramen. I've been there 3 times, and it just changes on every investigation. You know, it's built on top of a pagan burial ground. Yeah. There's that much paranormal activity in that place. It's unbelievable. There's so much going off. It's a crazy place, but it's always been my favourite place, and I'll always go to that place. That's my best place.
That sounds like an amazing place to investigate. Is there anywhere you've been so far that's just been too terrifying for you?
We always get scared on investigations. We do a lot of abandoned Victorian mills that's been derelict for 20, 30 years, and obviously in Victorian times there were a lot of deaths. I think the more enclosed you are in a location, for example, if there's no windows and it's just pitch black, I think it always feels scary, doesn't it? You always get a feeling that you're being watched. I had an experience where I was in a dark building and something unexpected happened to me. So I'm a bit more cautious these days, but it's when it's totally dark, that's what puts you on edge. And I'm always weary about what's happening during those sort of investigations.
Yeah, I think what we found, we do a lot of long vigils on different investigations, but I think what we've found tends to be the scariest is when you're actually left alone and you're restricted and you're blindfolded, so you can't see. I mean, we've tried it before where you can't see and you can't hear, but we find it more scary when you just can't see. So if you're blindfold, you're hearing things around you. Yeah, that scares you a lot more, doesn't it? Because you don't know what it is.
You're losing your sight basically, but you can hear what's going off around you. So if you've got multiple devices that trigger on movement or vibration, for etc., you know that you're in that room on your own. You can't see, but you know something's coming to you. That's the scariest part. Yeah. Yeah, it's a bit of sight deprivation, isn't it? Yeah. Scary thing.
Amanda, do you see a little boy there?
Yeah. She's a clairvoyant, so she can tell you if there's spirits around you.
Oh, that's very good, because something keeps happening in this house. I'm sure we've fetched spirits home with us, haven't we?
Yeah, we do get a lot of paranormal activity at home as well, because it sort of follows us. Like, taps have been turning on today.
Yeah, the taps have just turned on upstairs. Yesterday, the bath tap turned on, and just now, the sink tap had turned on its own. It keeps happening constantly now. It's just turning on all the time, and we've turned it that tight. It's physically impossible to come on by itself.
Well, if you tell, his name is David.
David?
He's about 5 years old.
We keep getting children, don't we? Come through
Yeah.
on devices.
But we've investigated a lot of orphanages and stuff like that, so we don't know if we could have fetched it from a place like that. You know what I mean?
He came
Is
with.
there- is
He
there
came
any-
with you.
He's come with us.
Hmm.
Is it? Have we brought him here somehow? Because we've
You brought him
him.
with you.
Is he attached to something, or has he come from an investigation we've done? Because we've got some items in this home, haven't we, that we've acquired off other people.
What are haunted, what have got spiritual attachments to them.
Let's just see.
Second, I'm gonna ask him.
That's good, isn't it? David.
Hmm.
See, we can work
Oh,
with, we've got a lot of items. haven't we?
you're not gonna like this one.
All right.
He was killed. He was hit by a train.
A train.
Hmm. He died really quick.
In my ward. Not in my ward, Buddha ward.
Was it by a train?
Hmm.
It makes sense. We've done an investigation not too long ago, and there was actually a train track that run through the woods. It's still got active trains on it to this day, isn't it?
Yeah, we've got I took my last breath here, don't we?
Yeah, and we've got some communication with the child there, but we don't know if it's that location. But
He wears a brown suit, brown short pants, like up to his knee.
this sounds.
He was brown jacket, a white shirt.
Oh, this is brilliant because I'll just stop you. The location where this train track was, it was a scout camp for boys, and it was also a World War I training area for the military. So that the dress at that time.
He it was like a tweed, like a brown, a wool kind of like wool material jacket. He was wearing.
Yeah.
It was kind of. It's like a light brown jacket. It's like a camel color brown.
I can relate to it, yeah.
Camel colour. Yeah, it makes sense. It does make sense, and that clothing attire would fit into that area, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He kept on calling his mummy, but
Yeah.
We've
she's
had
not
that
around there.
a few times, right? So been asking for mummy.
She's
Yeah.
not around there. She's not around there. So if you call him out in your home, if you tell him, please don't turn on the taps.
Yeah.
If you tell him that, he'll listen to you.
So he's an intelligent spirit.
Yeah.
And it's
I
definitely
kept on,
got some
that's why when I was doing this, I was doing that. I was doing this. When I do that, that means I see something. Like,
Yeah.
Same thing with her cat meowing.
Yeah, my cat cries when he sees them too. That's why he cries. He had. I don't know if he had a mother. I don't know if his father was either there. I think she was a single parent.
Single parent.
Yeah.
So, where are you then? Are you in Japan or?
Yeah.
Yes. She's in Tokyo. I'm in Nagasaki.
Oh, brilliant.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, so we're in England.
Different times.
Yeah. We love talking to people from England about the paranormal just because both countries are so old and full of history. That
that's it, yeah.
spirits are definitely different in both countries compared to like United States or Canada or somewhere over there.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true. It's obviously the history in England's obviously a lot greater than America, isn't it? You know, like in America, buildings from the 1800s are like extremely old, but over here we're talking 1100s that we've got buildings from even before.
Yeah.
So there's that many spirits in this country.
What's nearly 1,000-year-old in England and stuff, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's a lot of it still here. We've been to so many places. There's a lot of abandoned. It's like the historic sites, what can't be knocked down. So they still exist and they're still in the current form.
Yeah. You see, our countries are quite alike. They're old. They have a lot of good history. They have a lot of bad history too that went on also.
Oh yeah,
So
things happen in this country.
Yeah, so you have the bad and the good all together, and they're all
Yeah.
like this, all mixed in one. Like it's like making a pie. You have the crust, you have the filling, and you have the top, and it's all baked together, and then it comes out like that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's yeah. There's a lot of stuff that you don't want to talk about, and there's a lot of other stuff that you can talk about, right?
Oh, we'll
So,
talk about anything. We're not afraid of talking about things. I mean,
No.
that's why we do it.
I don't mind.
yeah. There's a lot of weird things that happen too in this country and in your country also. So yeah,
Yeah.
it's both haunted.
Oh, it's bad here. It's really
Yeah.
haunted.
His,
Yeah.
his house is infested with spirit. When we go on investigations, we don't use no protection. We don't use any white light. We don't do anything. We go out, and if something comes back with us, it comes back with us, doesn't it? It's it doesn't. I still get to sleep at night,
Yeah.
So,
Has there any place that really bothered you? Like you're not gonna go back there again?
no, not really. I don't think.
It's all more or less same, isn't it?
I like going on investigations where I do sometimes feel afraid. I can feel when spirits are around me. That's kind of how I work. I'll get goosebumps. I can feel when someone's looking at me. Yeah, I get scared, but no, I don't think I'd ever be put off an investigation. I don't like going on my own in a location. That's a bit scary, but I would still do it. But no, I think I'd go to every location possible, to be fair. Would you?
Yeah, I think some you can go to and you can sort of feel it.
Yeah.
You can feel the environment that you're around. So if something, for example, is like really dark and there's something bad happening there, you sort of get that energy. You feel like bad. That You can feel like
you can feel
presence
changing
around you.
atmosphere, can't you? Around you?
Actually, you feel it hits you right here like this, doesn't it? And the air is
You can
is
feel
heavy.
Yeah, it's like you can, like, say for example, there's a place where there's a murder happened or something like that. You can just sort of feel
energy,
the atmosphere when you walk into that place. You sort of know that it's something bad is happening there. You can pick up on it. It just feels different to like a happy place. You know what I mean?
Yep. I get it.
Yeah, it's
there's a lot of places like that. To be fair, you can feel when you just don't feel right. You get like this feeling inside you that there's something bad, some sort of bad presence around you.
Well, the good and the bad goes together, right?
Yeah.
Oh, it's the same in the living world, in the spirit world. You've got good and bad spirits. And other things that you encounter that's obviously never been human. It's an interesting place, isn't it?
Yeah.
Well, as we always say, however you were in life is how you are going to be in the spirit world as well.
Yep. I can believe that. It makes sense, doesn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's going to change you. Just, you know what I mean? There's so many different theories, but nobody knows really. You can
You just play this game until you die, and then when you die, it's too late to tell anybody, isn't it? Potentially, You find out all. You get the answers in the end, but it's too late.
Yeah, and you can't tell anybody, right?
That's it. But we're trying to do what we're trying to prove it. We've had things happen, but people still don't believe it. It doesn't matter how good the proof is. There's always going to be someone that says, "Oh, it's fake," or "You've pushed it over," or "You've done this," and you just got to ignore them and just keep doing it because you're out that it's true, don't you? Yeah.
I mean, most people won't ever believe anything unless they actually see it for themselves.
Yeah.
And obviously, when you're watching us on live stream and things, I mean, we know what we believe in, but we can't make anybody else believe it. It's up to each individual person and what they actually believe themselves, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's true. I think we have that problem here more because it's younger people are more analytical. Okay, if it doesn't touch them, if they can't see it, if it doesn't touch them,
they don't believe it.
They say they won't believe it. But then you get the older people who know a lot of things, right? and from the past, and they'll tell you that yeah, that's that, and that belongs to that's that spirit or whatever. So it's
I can believe that, you know. It's,
yeah.
It
So
might be that.
actually, I
Yeah.
always ask the older people about certain places, and they if you're willing to sit down, they'll take 2 hours, 3 hours to talk to you about it, and
Yeah.
it's quite sad because nowadays this country does not really uh want to know about the things that you can't see, right?
yeah,
Yeah.
that's it. Totally agree.
I
It
mean,
it
when you're in this field, nobody really knows what you're actually dealing with.
No,
But
yeah.
obviously, you're learning. Like the more you go out, the more
you pick up
yeah, you get these people who sort of say that they're experts in it. But to me personally, I don't think there is an expert. I
There's no
think
such
no.
thing.
No.
No.
You can't be an expert in something that's
yeah,
not proven.
I mean, there's more experienced people who's
Hmm.
done more investigations, for
Yeah.
example. But there's nobody who's a real expert in what
No.
happens to you when you die. You know what I mean?
No.
You've got to
Yeah.
actually have died
Well, yeah.
and come back to tell tale, and nobody has done that really, have they? I mean, you see these life, what they call now near death experiences and things. They're interesting
Yeah.
because
Hmm.
obviously they've all got their similar story when they've died and they've come back. But I mean,
Yeah.
unless it's actually happened to yourself, you don't know if it's true. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
it's just their
Yeah.
word.
Yeah.
It, have you had it met anybody who has near to come back and talk about it?
I mean, I've only really seen things on YouTube, to be honest. No, not personally. I don't know anyone personally.
No, I've never met anyone that's had that experience. It would be cool to talk to someone about it, though. You know, but everyone's story is different. If you're at the same place, like for example, if you went to heaven, everyone should see the same thing, but they
Hmm.
don't. Some people see nothing. Some people see something. Some
Yep.
people have dreams, and you know, it's just all a mystery. It's just.
I
It's
think
just
it's a lot like life because obviously when you're born, everyone's life takes different
Mm.
roads. You know what I mean? Everybody's life is not the same. Everyone's different. I think it might be
Yeah.
the same when we die. I think everyone's death might be different. So I don't think there is one place that we actually go to. You know what I mean? I think it could take in whatever direction you took in life. It could be the same when you die, sort of thing.
How much do you use a lot of equipment when you go out?
we do use quite a bit of equipment, but we find the main thing that we tend to get activity on at the moment is the K2 meter. Obviously, different
Hmm.
frequencies that it picks up and things. We seem to find now that once that starts going off that K2, it's like they're drawing energy from it, isn't it? We know if that K2 starts spiking to the maximum it can, we
Hmm.
know that we're in for a good investigation because the last few investigations that we've done, it's not
Hmm.
really gone off, has it, at all? And it's a
No.
constant device that's always triggering. And we're saying, spirits, take more energy, and it'll just be constantly lit. But last
Mm.
few investigations, nothing's happened. But then we find, once we turn on Spirit Box, it seems to kick it off, and it's like we get like numerous spirits coming through, and they're all trying to talk at the same time, and then devices are going off, and it's all kicking off, and it's like everyone's rushing around. It's
Mm.
crazy, isn't it? At the minute, we're getting a lot of activity at the moment.
I mean, for me personally, a K2 meter is not 100% solid paranormal evidence because there's a lot of things that can set it off.
Hmm.
For example, mobile phone signals and stuff like
Hmm.
that. But we've actually, when we've had it spiking and going off, we've actually challenged it and told it to like knock it over and stuff. We've actually had it thrown at us on camera.
On camera, yeah. It's been wedged at a 45-degree angle, so it's physically impossible to move. And we've actually captured it where it's come forward and then
Hmm.
dropped. And it's like, how can it come forward when it's leant at an angle against a wall? It's physically impossible. We've seen it, we've caught it on camera 3 times, haven't we?
And that's after we've asked. It's like when we've actually asked it to do this.
And one of the examples, for example, blindfolded, doing a lone vigil, K2 meter was there. I asked the spirit, if you're around me, I need you to move that K2 meter. We've actually captured it on camera. Fly off. I can't see anything because I'm blindfolded. And it's been done on command. So something intelligent was watching, it was listening. and it did what I asked. So it was a powerful spirit, wasn't it?
Mm.
Because it
Interesting.
takes a lot to move something, doesn't it, in spirit world? You can't
Yeah.
just do it.
Yeah.
It must be a really strong, intelligent spirit because usually they don't do that, right?
Yeah.
I mean, that's good evidence for us. If we catch something like that, we're really happy with that. But obviously, it doesn't happen very often.
But at the moment, we've got this spirit with us. I don't know if it's an attachment. You might be able to know something about this. Comes through every different device. It doesn't matter what spirit box we use, what application we use, anything. His name's Philip, and he won't tell us if he's good or bad. Now, every time we're in a bad place, this name comes through. But then we get the name, we get protection coming through on the spirit box and stuff. I'm here to help. But it's always when we're in a bad location, this Philip comes, but we don't know. He's been with us for years. He's always there. But it's always when we're in a dark place that he arrives, and we don't know if he's good or if he's bad. And we're still trying to figure it out. Every investigation, he'll be there tonight, but we don't know who he is. He won't tell us.
Yeah.
He'll never tell us.
What
if
is
he's
his
good or
name
bad.
again? What is
Philip.
his name again?
Philip.
Philip. Okay.
This would be interesting, isn't it?
Just get that energy ball out there so we don't forget it. So you reminded me then.
Yeah.
We'll talk, we need to put it on side. So
Yeah, what's that? We're lacking energy a bit, isn't it?
that works. Yeah, I mean, that's proven.
I need a new EC.
I need to do that.
It's not working, that. It's died.
Philip
Sorry,
died
I
of
just
a
had a quick
hanging.
day.
Sorry?
He was hung.
Home.
We've had home come through a lot, haven't we?
Yeah, we have heard home. Yeah.
But like, is it somebody who's wanting to like help us with other spirits, or is it somebody who's wanting to like protect us
We don't know.
from
do
bad
we?
spirits, or is it a bad spirit? Or I don't know. It's been with us a long time, hasn't it?
Years.
Years,
Yeah.
like, and I mean a long time. It's on every investigation. Turn the spirit box through, it comes with a name. There's a lot of different devices what we use. Like, I don't know if you're familiar with like Ovuluses.
Word banks.
Like word banks and things where it's like a random word generator.
It says his name.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's strong. That's for sure.
Yeah.
Need to slow it down a bit.
Sorry, it's accent.
It's his
We talk a
accent.
bit
Trying to
fast.
make him talk slowly. Because we've got a strong accent where we live. It's very fast.
Philip said that he's worried about you guys because you guys go to certain places that are not with friendly spirits.
Yeah, that's what I'm
Sometimes you
saying.
go to,
He's always
sometimes you go to
cooked.
bad places, and
He always-
he's worried about you. He's saying
got-
that they're not always good.
Yeah,
They could create attachments.
yeah.
So
I
that's
believe
why
that.
I'm here.
So he's like, is it like helping us then? Is that what you feel?
Yeah.
That's good to know.
Somebody hated him. He's not angry. He's just kind of like somebody hated him, okay? And they hung him from a tree.
But
That's sad.
I just don't know how or where he's come from because I've done hundreds of investigations. I've been doing this 10 years. So it could have come from anywhere, couldn't it?
Yeah, he won't tell me where he came from.
He never tells us. We've asked. He never tells us, does he?
No, he won't tell anybody. He won't even tell me.
Maybe he don't want us to know so we can find out who it is. You know what I mean?
It's like a mystery, isn't it? It's like
So it's picked up from somewhere, but what links this got to Bishop? That's what.
He came from Northern England, he said.
that's where we are, Northern England. Aren't we?
Yeah, you see. Yeah. There we go.
It's from round here somewhere.
There's your evidence right there. Okay.
Yeah, you don't narrow it down though because we're in Northern England. There's a lot of places here where we go.
See? Hey, I can't, I
That's
can only tell you what they tell me, right?
Yeah.
He's 45 years old. He's a single man. He was married, but he fell out of love, and he's single again. And somebody accused him for doing something bad,
Yeah.
and he said, "Well, you're gonna be hung." So they put a rope around the tree and they hung him and they killed him.
I know.
Have you got any sort of date to what this dates back to? How is it like modern times? Is it like Victorian? Is it do you know what I mean? Is there like sort of an era to?
I guess
death?
it's a few hundred
He's
years
it was an old time.
because
It was,
hanging obviously has not existed in this country for maybe
yeah,
1900s.
Yeah, but what I was sort of relating to is has it been done like more recent by people
no,
murdered him,
it's
sort of thing, not done
I
lawfully.
think he's an
he's
old
before the time. He's before Victorian era. Before then,
before, so it's a couple hundred years back then.
he's a very old spirit.
And we always get ancient spirit come through, or old spirit, don't we? You know, like stuff like that.
I read it last night.
We had it last night, come through.
We had ancient curse, and then
We definitely had old spirit come through before.
I've been here 300
Yeah.
years.
I've been here 300 years. We get that quite a bit.
Somebody accused him of stealing money.
Money.
Yeah, he said, "You stole money," and he said, "No, I didn't." He said, "Yes, you did." And so they said, "Well, you're gonna pay for what you did." So they took a rope, they wrapped it around a tree, they wrapped it around his neck, and then they hung him.
I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if that comes out.
We'll try and work with that. See if we can sort of relate some answers to that with like through spirit box and things. You know, because we're gonna try.
His name is Philip James. Philip James is his name.
Philip James. We've had James quite a bit.
I think we might have actually.
We've had James come through for quite a bit.
Sorry, I'm just gonna get a pen. I need to write this down.
Yeah, he's just getting a pen. He wants to jot down some notes because
I just don't want to forget this because we're going to do a spirit session. Obviously, try and contact this person.
Well, we've had Philip come through every investigation. We've had the name James come through every investigation. We've had like ancient spirit come through. We've had come through. So everything you've said there,
yeah,
we just can't figure out. It's obviously he's come with me because that's my friend and we've known each other a long time. But I've been investigating when I left the army, so I've been doing it 10 years now, mate. So
and I've been doing it about 7.
Jason's been about 7 years. But my family, my grandma's mum, my granddad's mum, sorry, that's my great grandma. She was a psychic medium. She used to do seances in her house and stuff. But my sister and my mother are also they work with spirit as well. So my family it just goes back and back and back with spirit. So we tend to find on investigations that when I'm calling out, when I'm asking things to happen, it happens. It's like I'd explain it, they're more responsive to me, aren't they?
Yeah.
I always ask the right question.
Right,
It just comes. Yeah.
Don't forget, he's 45 years old.
45.
He was accused of stealing money.
Stealing money. This will be really good, this, won't it?
No, because this is going to help us. Because obviously, at the moment, we're currently converting a
room,
a paranormal research room, and this is one of the sessions that we're going to have where we're going to actually try and
keep questioning and
getting in contact with this person. If we can relate it to some of the things that you've just given.
You want to know what he looks like? I could tell you what he looks like. Dark brown hair.
Dark brown hair.
He wore a hat.
And what sort of hat is it? Is it like a round hat or like an old?
Like an old, round.
Like an old fashioned like tall hat.
Or like a cowboy hat.
Beanie. A beanie. A beanie on his head. It was flat.
Flat beanie.
Yeah.
Like a flat cap.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dark pants. White shirt.
White shirt.
He liked to pocket watch on his pocket. He had a pocket
on his chest.
Yeah.
Yeah, chest pocket watch. Yeah.
He had a jacket, but they took off his jacket before they hung him. It was a dark blue, really dark, almost near like a black blue colored
like
jacket.
A navy blue?
Yeah, darker than that. Really dark.
Yeah.
He had really light skin too. He had really light skin tone.
Really light, so really light. Light skin. Yeah, it's crazy. He's with us. But like I just said to you, it's always when we're in a bad place, it seems to appear. But that made us believe that he were a bad entity, always turned up when he could kind of. We were convinced that it was a bad spirit and he always turned up when it was a bad location. But now you've said that, is he there to protect us? Because we do get quite a bit of words come through the devices saying protection, I'm here to help. And his name's
He
there.
was about 5'7", 5'8" tall.
Yeah, it's a small man, then, isn't it? 5 foot, just put 5'7".
5'7", 5'8".
Yeah. No, we've got that.
Okay.
Yeah, I've jotted that down, so it's good to know just in case we can. So,
So there you go.
yeah, thank you for that.
You're welcome. He said, "Watch out! There's a lady spirit who's trying to come after you."
This is what, sorry?
A lady. That's from last night.
She's coming. She's trying to come after you.
Why would she want to get us? We had a lady come through last night that was trying to kind of attach her, wasn't she?
Yeah.
She's trying to. She's there, but she's not there. She tries to follow you wherever you go, and she wants to attach herself to you, and she's not good.
No, that's not good. Attached to Jason, not me.
Yeah, just be careful. He's saying just be careful. She's like a Black Widow. That's what they're calling her. That's what he calls her.
Black Widow.
Do you know what? We went to a place today where a lot of women.
Yeah, well, tonight, once we've done here, we're making us way to Pendle in England. It's a place where they did witch trials, and numerous witches are obviously hung in that area. But we're going to numerous locations in that area today, so that's it's going to be interesting tonight. That's for sure.
So these female people were accused of witchcraft hundreds of years ago. And,
yeah.
Obviously, they were hung, and it's a really historic site in England. Obviously, it's famous all over the internet, this place, for witchcraft and things like that. But, many years ago in England, they did actually used to, if somebody did something what wasn't recognised, they'd be accused of witchcraft, and they'd be trialed, won't they, and either hung or drowned, or there were different ways that they killed them. But we're actually going to the place where they've been buried in England as well. There's actually gravestones with the names on it and everything.
Can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Was there ever a time when a woman was caught killing men?
What in England?
Yeah.
This happened quite a lot.
Do you mean like on an investigation we've done, or just in general?
But she used to kill men. She used to terrorize them, and she liked killing men. She used to drug them and kill them. That's what she did. She's the one who's you have to be careful because she's after you guys.
I bet we've done an investigation where there's a woman that's been killing people. We've done hundreds of different locations, so we've bumped into possibly every kind of spirit that you can come across. To be fair,
I don't really jump out at me, that one.
But we might, when we look back, we might be, oh yeah, she went off for murdering men. But I can't be certain at the moment, but it's a thing to look out for.
But you gotta find out. You gotta do a little bit of homework there. You gotta find out.
She killed men. She drugged them.
Something that happened there, where men used to be killed by women. She used to drug them. She used to kill them. You have to do a little bit of research there and find out where it was, who it was. She was a big lady.
Yeah.
She was jealous of, and she was jealous, and she liked terrorizing men. And
we'll have a look at his footage and try and see.
What is this? The bad lady who's wanting to follow us?
Yeah, she's trying to follow you, and she's trying to get you. She's not a no-no spirit to tell you the truth.
Lucky
She's
if I
not
am.
good. Yeah. So
Okay.
just be careful of her.
Yeah, we will, won't we?
But find out more information if you can.
Yeah,
Because
well,
I can see her. I can see her. She's wearing very old clothing, like in the
Yeah.
Victorian era. That's
Right.
what she did to men long time ago. Ooh.
that could be anywhere because we do go to a lot of Victorian places and stuff like that. Don't we? A lot of children.
Yeah, we've done abandoned hospitals and everything, haven't we?
Yeah, we've been to so
It
many places with a
just
lot of history. It's like because we're obviously in England, there's just so much history upon history wherever wherever we go.
Yeah.
she's giving me the shivers now. Like, ooh, man. Ooh.
Why?
Ooh.
Why do you think she would like want to attach to us though? Why would she want to target us? You know, we're not.
Manipulate you.
We've never done
Manipulate
anything to
you.
her, have we?
Drain you.
To
Drain
take his
your
energy.
drain your energy. She likes to manipulate men. She likes to drain energy from men. She
Right.
likes to terrorize them. Ooh. Ooh, that's scary. Ooh.
It's
You don't
crazy.
want that. Oh. Ooh, man.
I hope she don't follow us.
We've had so much happen, you know. We've been in this house, obviously, because we don't use any protection. And myself and Jason, we were sat in the living room about a month ago, and we heard a children's lullaby start playing in his house. There's no children in this house, there were just me and him. And it wasn't from a device, it was audible. And we both heard it at the same time. And we were like, what is did you hear that? And he's like, yeah. And it's like, how's it even happening? And we heard it both of us crystal clear, an old children's lullaby, like a music, like an old machine start playing in his living room. Like, what is going on? Honestly, there's so much stuff happen here. Honestly. It's a crazy place.
Oh, you know what? I can hear it. I could hear music going on in the background.
It's a strange place, isn't it? We definitely heard it.
Yeah.
But it's like we're building a room in Jason's house. We've converted a room, and people sending us items, and someone sent us this, so it's getting put in a glass cabinet, right? But what's this? It's really old. It's like a music box. Look, and it moves.
And this has apparently got a spiritual attachment to it.
There's someone attached to this. We've had that. You've got to wind it up, but we've had that moving on its own randomly, just making that noise. But you've got to wind it up. It can't do it. But we've got numerous items that people are sending us. But
Do you
like
see that? Do you see that,
Yeah.
Amanda?
Yeah.
but it'll play on its own. You've got to wind it up. But we'll be there, and it'll just like the other day we're on the floor. We were in this room, and it just started moving on its own. You know.
Did you get any sort of name from this? Are you picking up any sort of name? Because we've had a name for this.
Her name is Sally.
Oh.
Sally. Sally.
I swear to God, I felt like something touched me head like that then. It was weird, I didn't know what was going on. It wasn't all holding that.
We got a name. What did we get? Willie or something? We got
Sally. Sally is her name.
Sally. Someone sent us that, and it likes to affect the lights in the house. It's weird.
Yeah.
That was weird that. I swear to God, like something popped me in the head. All holding that. No, I'm just saying, while I was speaking then, it felt like somebody went like that in the head, and there's someone shouting me and then sat here, we're on camera. That's what it felt like just then.
She likes to play tricks on you.
That was weird as hell. I feel like I couldn't get my head around what was happening.
We've got all sorts of things that people are sending us. So once this room's converted that we're working on, there's going to be all cabinets and things, and we're going to have cameras in. And there's so much stuff goes off in this house. It's definitely active, isn't it?
Yeah. Can I just ask as well? Do you know after this live feed's obviously finished? Where can we find it? Is it like is there any way for us to like sort of share it to our Facebook or anything like that?
Yeah, Facebook and most streaming platforms. I'll send you a link too.
Yeah, that'd be brilliant. Thank you. We'll definitely share that out and recommend everything. I like doing things like this. It's interesting to see what people pick up and to be asked questions, isn't it?
Yeah.
Irene, do you see the spirit attached to Jason?
Yeah.
Do you see spirits attached to Jason? Because my mum says there's definitely spirits attached to Jason, but it's not good, it's bad. That's what people are saying. They're thinking that.
Ooh.
That's not
He
good.
said he don't like you. He don't like anybody. He don't like you. He said he's got a full. He's got. I hate everybody. I hate you. He's saying to me.
Jason.
Kyle.
Oh. Yeah, I can't say that word on camera. You know what he said to me, right?
Yeah, I think I do.
Yeah, he's saying blank you, like to me.
I feel.
Oh God.
Do you want me
What
to get
is
rid
the-
of that attachment from you?
Pardon?
Do you want me to get rid of that attachment from you?
Oh,
Yes, please. If it's anything negative, I don't want it around me. I don't need
Go ahead, get
negativity.
rid of it.
Come on,
be good if it's
come on, come on, come here. I got you. I almost got you. Come on, come here. Okay. Mm. Nasty thing, wasn't he?
Yeah.
It's like,
Okay.
there's another spirit there named Dan, though, but he feels like I'm not seeing him as bad, though. He almost feels like he's another member of your group.
Yeah, he's
Right. Who's this? Sorry, what was his name?
Dan?
Dan.
Yeah.
He belongs to one of the articles in the house.
Well, that's funny you should say that because we've had a spirit come through. I don't know his name, but he says he doesn't like Jason living in this house. It's like his house. It's my house. Get out, get out, get out. It's like, I don't think he likes you living here.
We had that on an EVP recorder.
We had it on an EVP recorder, that as well. Crystal clear voice.
He
it's
belongs. He belongs to the land, I think.
To land.
Do you know what happened to that land of yours? Do you know the history of it?
This area we live in, it's an old place. I mean, they've got old army bunkers in the back garden from World War II. But around this area, literally, there's just fields after. Jason lives on the last street, and then it's just fields for as far as you can see. So we don't know what we're actually beyond, do we?
It's an old mining area. They used to mine for coal around this area.
Okay, I get it. I get it.
It's a mining community, Barnsley, where we live. That's
Okay,
what
I get
everyone did back in the day.
That explains it all, Amanda, because he used to work in the mines and he died in the tunnel. So he's attached to that.
There are a lot of tunnels down there, isn't there? The place that we live is called Barnsley in South Yorkshire. And it's actually the site of England's worst mining disaster. 300 and something people died in 2 days, including children, wasn't it?
Yeah.
So there's a lot of history to do with mining, but it's actually the worst place in England is in the town that we live. The worst ever mining disaster in England.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
There's some knocking.
Banging that, did you hear that?
When you said that, it just went poof right in my head.
Yeah.
And it gave me a headache. Oh.
It took too long.
Yeah.
Oh. Gonna do a lot of cleansing tonight. Gee whiz, I didn't expect this. Oh man.
Can I ask you a question? Obviously, we're like as team names the other side. Obviously, we had separate paranormal teams in the past, so we've all worked with spirit. But obviously, as logo as you've seen is an inverted pentagram. It wasn't designed because of Satanism or anything. We just liked that it looked cool. Is that a way to attract negative spirits towards us with what logo we've got on his chest? I know it sounds silly, but because it's an inverted pentagram, could that lure bad spirits towards us?
It usually doesn't do any harm if you don't
If you don't
do
like
anything
working
with
this
it.
sort of
If you
thing.
don't do anything with it, if you ignore it,
Yeah.
it's not going to bother you.
All right. I'm just wondering because we seem to get, since we've had this logo, it's really big on this chest. We seem to get a lot of bad stuff happen, don't we? And we'll get like they'll call us witches through Spirit Box, and they'll say like pagans, and they'll say
Rituals.
rituals. Is this a ritual? You know, when we're doing seances and we're asking spirit to come forward, and we'll get say, is this a ritual? It's like it is in a way, but it's not a bad ritual. We're just trying to get you to talk. But I just wondered if they see this on his chest and think, oh, we like them. They're bad. You know? Do you know? It's just strange, isn't it?
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah. I don't know. I just wondered about that. It's interesting.
See, pentagrams itself don't harm anything, okay? Because you can use a pentagram to protect your home too, you know.
But yeah, I
Yeah.
understand that. But the pentagram we use is upside down, so it's not like you point at the top. It's got 2 points at the top, which is kind of like you usually get a goat, don't you? Like a Baphomet.
Yeah.
That's what it resembles. So I was thinking
Okay.
because it's not a normal pentagram, it's inverted. So at the top you've got 2 points instead of one.
Okay.
So do you see
Yeah,
what
I
I
was
mean?
just trying to make a pentagram in my head.
Yeah. It's
Okay,
like a 5-point star, isn't it? But it's obviously it's inverted.
Yeah, there's a
So
pentagram
it's
here.
this way. Okay.
So yeah, so it looks it's like that way.
It'll be
isn't
like
it?
that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's that way. Yeah. Like that.
You see.
Actually, that doesn't do anything on its own.
Oh, good. Yeah.
On its
Oh,
own,
that's good.
it
That's
has
good.
on its own it has no property.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it's just-
I get what you mean. Obviously, you have to do things towards that, and
and you
yeah.
have to put your intentions on it too.
yeah,
You have to
yeah.
believe in it.
Yeah.
No, yeah, you have to believe like that.
Well, there's no intent here. That's what Kyle's saying. Obviously, there was no intention. So, but a lot of people are watchers and that sort of thing.
Oh, we're pagans, don't we? We're devil worshippers or something. But we're not. We're generally cool and we like paranormal. But we liked the design because it's different. It's the other side. It's inverted. It's different. It's not normal. Yeah. That's what we like, isn't it?
Yeah.
It really has no property. You light your black candles, and you put one at each end of the pentagram. You know what I mean, right?
Yeah. We know.
Yeah, like that. It has no property. I mean, yeah, you could use a white candle. White candles for purity, right?
Yeah.
And you could use your white candle to remove anything negative. That's what you could do. You put your intentions in the white candle, and you say you want only positive energy in this room. No negative energy is allowed in my room, around my family, around my friends who are in this room, around anybody else in this room. Only positive energy shall enter in this room, and it'll change the energy from whatever to whatever, and it'll get rid of what's
around,
making it bad. Yeah.
I believe that sort of stuff.
Yeah.
It's all energy, isn't it? It's all about intention and different things like that.
Yeah.
It you know, if you're gonna use a black candle is usually to cause a death scene or something like that, right? Or it also protects your home, so you got to be careful of which color candle you use, but mainly use a white candle.
Yeah, I'll tell you something quickly because we've got to go in 5 minutes because we've got a 2-hour journey. But I've discovered over this past 10 years during investigations that I found the most active locations that we investigate. There's always water close by. I've discovered that because water is constant energy, it's always flowing into it. It never stops. We've discovered that anywhere we investigate where there's actually moving water, like tonight's location, there's a river outside that's constantly flowing. It's full of shadow beings, all different things go off. It's always the most active place because they're never lacking energy of the spirits. It's like they can take it from this water. I don't know if that sounds silly, but everywhere we go where there's water, and it's moving, we find that it's really busy place, don't we?
We have found that.
Yeah.
Well, you know what you could do? You could put salt over your shoulders and over your legs to kind of cleanse. It's a light cleansing method, okay?
Yeah.
And then you won't feel that energy come towards you because they don't like salt for some reason.
Yeah, it's like they
Preferably
use that
sea
to
salt.
put boundaries, don't they, and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a link between all sort of things like that, and the salt, crystals and things that come from the earth, elements, as you say,
Yeah.
water, fire.
Yeah.
I think it all correlates with the paranormal activity, doesn't it?
It just depends what energy that there is there. You can feel it right when you go in there, right?
Yeah, you can tell, you can feel straight away if it's a bad place or a good place, and you know if something's going to happen or not. But yeah, it's interesting, isn't it?
I mean, is there anything you want to ask us before? Obviously, we have
What
to.
advice would you give someone starting to investigate in the paranormal?
Well, obviously I'm the first person to do it, aren't I? Just work your own way. I don't copy other people, because if you copy other people, you're going to follow those ways, and you might have your own way of working. I believe
Mhm.
that if you're going to investigate the paranormal, you've got to really believe in it. You want to prove it to yourself more than anyone.
Right.
It doesn't matter what anyone else says. Don't rely on modern technology too much. I'm a big believer in taking photographs. I take hundreds of photos on every investigation. I've caught some really good things on camera.
Yeah.
A lot of these devices that exist give a lot of false positives, but my advice would be to concentrate on what you believe in. Stay out of the drama. You find a lot of drama in the paranormal field. Everyone's always at each other's throats. I'm the best investigator. You're fake. You're this. Don't believe anything. Work on your own. Keep yourselves to yourself, just like we have, and people will come towards you and see what you do is genuine. That's my thing. What about you?
I'd say, obviously you've got to have some sort of understanding about the paranormal and things to actually start looking towards it. So you're going to have some sort of idea on what to do. So obviously, if you follow the paranormal teams, like, just get some sort of like base idea, like on what different pieces of equipment do what. So you have an understanding of how things work, and then I mean you don't need too much fancy equipment and stuff to do this. All you need is a phone, and just the intention of like trying to communicate with something, really, isn't it? You just go to like some sort of historic place or something where something's happened, and just focus on what you're actually looking for. For example, if you know somebody has died in this area, just try and contact that one spirit and keep your focus on that one thing.
Yeah, because you find a lot of teams always say during investigations, say my name, say this, say that, or they'll just ask for spirits. But you need to research. I've learned so much history while doing the paranormal because I had to research areas that I'm investigating. When I was younger, I never liked history. You know, I wasn't interested, but I've discovered so much throughout the years of, like tonight, I've researched the place we're going, so I already know how old it is, what's happened there, what are the ghost stories. But the most important thing on paranormal investigating, I believe, is never go to locations on your own, because if anything happens, that's it. You know, there's no one going to find you, is there? Some places we go are really dangerous.
Yeah,
you know,
definitely.
But we always tell us people once we're there where we are. So if anything does happen, and for example, if a signal goes off and no one hears from us, they know what location we were at, and then someone can go there and help possibly.
Yeah. That's true, because you don't know what's out there. What's out there can hurt you, can unalive you. It can do whatever it wants because they're already dead. They don't care, right?
That's it. Yeah.
And it's just like, haha, I got, like, you're pegged. Like, okay, I got this guy, right? That's what some of them do, and some of them can be malicious. So you have to be very careful when you go out.
Yeah.
I do enough work here that I don't need to go out, right?
I think you just have to have sort of like the belief and have to go out with an open mind and be
Yeah,
prepared for anything.
it's
But I think
it's
my personal belief is it's the living what you have to worry about.
Yeah.
There's a lot more
yeah,
dangerous things in life than
Yeah.
it is
Yeah.
messing with the afterlife, I'd say.
Well, my
yeah.
grandfather said the same. Don't be scared of the dead. It's the living you have to worry about, and it's true. It's true.
But it is to a point. I mean, there are some dead that are not nice.
Yeah.
There are some dead who wouldn't mind, who wouldn't think twice about hurting people, right? So
Yeah, I understand that.
so there's it's both. It's both, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, and it's just you have to know what their boundaries are, and you have to let them know what your boundaries are too. So you can come this far around me, but you can't come into me in my space, and you have to tell them this is my space and that's it.
Yeah, that's true.
And it's a very difficult, I don't know what you call work,
Yeah.
subject to
Yeah.
get into. I think you have to have a lot of patience.
It's a strange but interesting hobby. Let's just say that.
I don't know, it's something that I think when you do it,
you
you
get
sort of
addicted.
get hooked onto
Yeah.
doing it because you want more and more answers. When you start getting answers and you start getting things happen for you, I think it makes you do it more. And then obviously
Yeah.
you end up like us going
I don't
out
think
all the time.
I don't think I'll ever stop doing it. I just love the feeling of just going somewhere and getting answers. Like if we know that someone got beheaded on an investigation that we've gone to, and we get beheaded come through and they tell us the name. For me, that's proof that that spirit is with us.
Uh-huh.
That's what we like, and we know that's definitely that spirit that haunts that place.
Yeah. I mean, we've obviously got thousands of people who follow us, but more importantly, like when we get answers, it's sort of like
It seals that location off, doesn't it?
it completely changes your whole perception on what happens when you die. Because obviously you
Yeah.
start off in life, you don't know when you're young
Yeah.
and stuff yet, and you just think, you're scared of death. You think it's the end and that's it. But obviously when you start doing these sort of things, it really does open your eyes, doesn't it? And it like I said, it completely changes how you look at
It's a
the
different world,
afterlife.
isn't it? It's
Yeah.
a total different world.
Anyways,
Okay.
guys, thank you so much for joining us. We appreciate you
Yeah.
taking time
Yeah,
out of
that's
your
absolutely
weekend
fantastic.
with all your investigations, and hopefully you guys will come back on the show and join us another
Oh, we'll
time.
definitely come back. We've really
Well,
enjoyed it. We're a bit nervous.
when you come back,
we
tell us
definitely
about
will.
where you went to recently, and maybe show us some of your what you happened on your investigation. Show us some what you revealed, and
Yeah, if
we'd
you just
like
go
to
on his
hear it.
Facebook page, and obviously we put every video on there. We've got all reels and videos of things that's
Mm-hmm.
happened to us. So there's a lot of stuff on there. If you want to share anything, or please feel free to do that. But it's been absolutely fantastic. We've really enjoyed
It's
it.
been a blast, and
Yeah, thank you very much
we're
for
looking
taking
forward to
time
see
out
you
to talk
another
to
time
us.
in the future. And
Yeah,
everyone,
we'll definitely be back. Thank you. Lovely to meet you. Take care.
and everyone
Okay.
who's watched, thank you, and we'll see you
Thank
next
you.
time. Bye for
Bye
now.
bye.
Sure will. Bye.
Thank you.